Ladies and gentlemen, your mind is like a garden. If you plant weeds, they will grow. If you plant flowers, they will flourish. And the key to a beautiful, productive life is to discipline your thinking. Because what you think about most, you bring about. You see, we live in a world full of distractions, full of negativity, full of influences that can pull us off course. But here's the truth. Your mind is the command center of your life. If you don't take charge of it, someone else will. If you don't guard what goes in, you'll struggle with what comes out. Disciplining your thinking means training your mind the way an athlete trains their body. You don't just wake up and hope for positive thoughts. No, you work on them. You shape them. You control what you feed your mind. So how do you do it? First, you must become aware of your thoughts. You must identify the negative patterns, the doubts, the excuses. Second, you must replace them with empowering ideas. Start thinking about possibilities, not limitations. Focus on solutions, not problems. And here's the secret. What you feed your mind, you become. Read good books. Listen to powerful speakers. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, not pull you down. Remember, every great achievement starts in the mind. Every success begins with disciplined thinking. So train your mind, guard your thoughts, shape them with intention, because when you control your thinking, you control your destiny. What you allow into your mind shapes your life. Be selective about the information you consume. Your self-talk determines your confidence. Speak words of strength and possibility. Writing your thoughts clarifies them. Keep a journal and organize your mind. Problems are inevitable, but dwelling on them is a choice. Train yourself to think in solutions. Your environment influences your thinking. Stay around people who challenge and inspire you. Don't let one bad moment ruin your day. Train your mind to bounce back stronger. Read, listen, and learn from great minds. Your thinking improves when you expose it to better ideas. A grateful mind is a disciplined mind. Focus on what's right and your thinking will stay sharp. Excuses are the enemy of disciplined thinking. Catch yourself making them and replace them with action. Your mind works best when it has a clear picture of where you're going. See yourself achieving and moving forward. Your mind is like a vault and you are the guard at the door. Every day, information, ideas, and opinions try to make their way in. Some are valuable, some are worthless, and some are downright destructive. The key is to be selective. You wouldn't let just anyone walk into your home and make a mess, so why allow just any thought to enter your mind and create chaos? Be careful with what you watch, what you read, and who you listen to. Negativity is like a virus. It spreads, it weakens, and before you know it, it controls your thinking. But the good news? You're in charge. You decide what gets through. When you start filtering out the junk, gossip, complaints, doubts, fear-driven news, you create space for the good stuff, knowledge, wisdom, inspiration, and clarity. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing the reality you want to build. If you feed your mind with strong, positive, empowering thoughts, your actions will follow. And if your actions are right, your results will be right. But it all starts with what you allow in. So stand guard, stay alert, and make sure that what enters your mind is worthy of shaping your future. The words you speak to yourself shape your future more than anything else. That little voice inside your head, it's either your greatest ally or your worst enemy. Every day it's talking, commenting on your abilities, your decisions, your challenges. And here's the truth. If you don't take control of that voice, it will control you. Most people let their inner dialogue run on autopilot. They allow doubt, fear, and negativity to take up space in their minds without question. But if you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, or this always happens to me, guess what? Your mind believes it and your actions will follow. That's why it's critical to retrain that voice, to make it work for you instead of against you. Start catching yourself when negative thoughts creep in. Stop them in their tracks and replace them with something better. Instead of I can't, say I'm learning. Instead of I always fail, say I'm improving every day. Instead of this is too hard, say I will figure it out. It may feel strange at first, but words are powerful. Say something often enough and it becomes your reality. You wouldn't let someone stand next to you and insult you all day, so why tolerate it from yourself? Speak to yourself like you would to a friend you truly believe in. Because the quality of your inner dialogue determines the quality of your life. Change the conversation in your head and you'll change your results. The mind is a powerful tool, but it can also be a crowded place. Thoughts race in and out. Ideas flash for a moment and disappear. Problems swirl around with no clear solution. That's why one of the greatest habits you can develop is writing things down. Putting your thoughts on paper clears the mental fog and turns vague ideas into something real, something you can see, organize, and act on. A blank page is like a mirror for the mind. It shows you what's really going on up there. When you write down your plans, your goals, or even your worries, suddenly they stop feeling so overwhelming. Problems shrink because now they're not just floating in your head, they're right there in front of you, ready to be tackled. A goal that once seemed distant now feels achievable because you've defined it. A task that felt complicated becomes simple when broken into steps. And here's the key: don't just write once and forget about it. Make it a habit. Carry a small notebook or keep a journal. Before the day begins, jot down what matters most. Before the day ends, reflect on what you learned. When ideas come, capture them immediately. Because the best ideas often arrive unannounced, and if you don't grab them, they're gone. The mind is meant for creating ideas, not storing them. Free up that mental space. Get those thoughts out of your head and onto paper, and you'll be amazed at the clarity, focus, and direction it gives you. Life is full of problems, small ones, big ones, unexpected ones. But here's the difference between those who succeed and those who struggle. It's not the absence of problems, it's how they approach them. Some people focus all their energy on the problem itself, complaining, blaming, feeling stuck. Others shift their focus to finding solutions. And that shift makes all the difference. The mind is like a flashlight. Whatever you shine it on becomes clearer. If you keep shining it on the problem, all you'll see is frustration, limitation, and reasons why things won't work. But if you turn that light towards solutions, suddenly possibilities open up. The question isn't, why did this happen to me? It's, what can I do about it? The question isn't, who's to blame? It's, how do I fix it? That small change in mindset transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Every great achievement came from someone who faced a problem and focused on solving it. The bigger the challenge, the greater the opportunity, if you have the right approach. Instead of saying, I don't have the resources, start asking, how can I get them? Instead of thinking this is impossible, ask, what's one step I can take? Solutions don't always appear instantly, but the moment you start looking for them, your mind goes to work and the answers start to come. You can't always control the challenges that come your way, but you can always control how you respond. Focus on solutions, take action, and watch how problems that once seemed overwhelming start to lose their power over you. The people around you have a powerful influence on your life, more than you might realize. Spend time with those who complain all day, and soon you'll find yourself doing the same. Surround yourself with people who make excuses, and before long, you'll start lowering your own standards. But if you choose to be around those who challenge you and encourage you and push you to be better, your life will start moving in a whole new direction. It's like this: if you plant a strong seed in poor soil, don't be surprised if it struggles to grow, but plant that same seed in rich, nourishing soil, and it will flourish. The same goes for your mind, your ambitions, and your character. The right environment will help you grow. The wrong one will hold you back. Look at the conversations you engage in daily. Are they filled with ideas, possibilities, and inspiration? Or are they filled with gossip, negativity, and complaints? Pay attention to the habits of the people closest to you. Are they disciplined, focused, and striving for something more? Or are they stuck, blaming circumstances and doing the bare minimum? Because whether you realize it or not, their mindset is rubbing off on you. This doesn't mean cutting people out of your life without reason, but it does mean being intentional about where you invest your time and energy. Seek out those who challenge your thinking, those who encourage growth, those who inspire you to take action. Because the truth is, you can't expect to fly if you spend all your time around those who are content crawling. Choose wisely, and your future will reflect it. Life will test you. There will be setbacks, disappointments, and moments where nothing seems to go your way. But the real question isn't whether challenges will come. They always do. The real question is, how will you respond? That's where mental toughness comes in. Some people let obstacles break them. The first sign of failure, and they throw in the towel. The first moment of discomfort, and they back away. But those who succeed, they've trained themselves to push through. They've built the habit of standing tall when things get tough. Because strength isn't developed when everything is easy. It's built when you keep going despite the difficulties. Think about a muscle. If you never push it, never challenge it, never put it under pressure, it stays weak. But if you work it, if you stretch it, if you push through the discomfort, it grows stronger. The same is true for your mind. The more you push through difficulties, the more resilience you build. When something doesn't go your way, don't dwell on it. Learn from it. When you feel like quitting, remind yourself why you started. When things get tough, tell yourself, I can handle this. Because the truth is, you can. You've been through struggles before, and you made it through. And every time you overcome one challenge, you're preparing yourself for even bigger opportunities ahead. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. So train your mind like you train your body, by pushing past limits, by refusing to quit, by staying strong even when it's hard. Because the stronger your mind, the stronger your life will be. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant, it will grow. If you feed it negativity, doubt, and distractions, don't be surprised when your life starts reflecting that. But if you feed it knowledge, wisdom, and inspiration, you'll see growth, progress, and success. That's why one of the most important habits you can develop is feeding your mind daily with the right kind of information. Just like the body needs good nutrition to stay strong, the mind needs the right ideas to stay sharp. If all you do is consume social media, gossip, and bad news, your thinking will be scattered, unfocused, and filled with worry. But if you fill your mind with great books, powerful speeches, and meaningful conversations, your perspective changes, your confidence grows, and you start seeing opportunities where others see problems. The key is consistency. You don't get in shape by going to the gym once, you do it by showing up every day. The same goes for your mind. Read something valuable every day, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Listen to something that challenges your thinking. Surround yourself with people who stretch your vision. Because what you expose your mind to today will shape the way you think and act tomorrow. It's simple. Garbage in, garbage out. Wisdom in, wisdom out. You can't afford to leave your mind unguarded or let it be shaped by accident. Take charge. Be intentional. Feed it daily with the best ideas. And soon you'll find yourself making better decisions, solving bigger problems, and creating a future you're proud of. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces you can bring into your life. It has the ability to shift your mindset, change your perspective, and transform the way you experience the world. But here's the key. It's not something that just happens. It's something you practice. It's a habit you build, just like discipline, focus, or success. Most people go through life focusing on what they don't have, what's going wrong, or what's missing. And when you focus on lack, you feel frustrated, stuck, and unfulfilled. But when you train yourself to focus on what's right, what's working, and what you already have, your entire outlook changes. It's easy to be grateful when everything is going well. But the real test is whether you can practice gratitude when things are tough. When the project falls through, when the plans don't work out, when life throws unexpected challenges your way, can you still find something to appreciate? Because if you can, you'll develop an unshakable mindset. Instead of dwelling on problems, you'll focus on possibilities. Instead of complaining, you'll look for lessons. And instead of feeling defeated, you'll find the strength to move forward. The best way to build this habit is to take time every day, even if it's just a few minutes, to acknowledge what you're grateful for. Write it down, speak it out loud, reflect on it. The more you do this, the more you'll realize that success isn't about having more. It's about appreciating what you already have while working toward more. Gratitude isn't just a nice idea. It's a powerful tool. Use it, and it will change the way you experience everything. Excuses are easy. They're comfortable. They let you off the hook. But here's the problem. Excuses don't move you forward. They don't pay the bills. They don't build success. All they do is keep you stuck in the same place year after year while time keeps moving. It's always tempting to explain why something didn't happen. I didn't have enough time. I wasn't given the right opportunity. It's just not the right moment. But the truth is, every time you make an excuse, you give away your power. You place the control outside yourself. And as long as you do that, nothing changes. The reality is, successful people face the same challenges, the same obstacles, and the same setbacks as everyone else. The difference? They don't let excuses run their lives. Instead of saying, I don't have time, they ask, how can I make time? Instead of saying, I don't know how, they say, where can I learn? Instead of blaming circumstances, they take responsibility. Taking responsibility is not about guilt, it's about control. When you stop making excuses, you regain control over your future. You start looking for solutions instead of reasons why something won't work. You take action even when it's uncomfortable. And once you develop the habit of eliminating excuses, you'll be amazed at what you're capable of. So catch yourself. The next time you hear an excuse forming in your mind, stop it. Replace it with a question, a plan, or an action. Because the sooner you let go of excuses, the sooner you start building the life you truly want. Success doesn't start in the real world, it starts in your mind. Before you achieve something, you have to see it. Before you reach a goal, you have to believe it's possible. That's why visualization is such a powerful tool. It allows you to create the future in your mind before it happens, and once you see it clearly, your actions start lining up to make it real. Most people spend their time visualizing problems. They imagine everything that could go wrong. They picture failure, embarrassment, and worst-case scenarios. And what happens? Their actions follow their thoughts. They hesitate, they doubt themselves, and they hold back. But those who succeed do the opposite. They visualize success. They see themselves winning before it happens. They picture the outcome they want, and because their mind is focused on that image, they move with confidence. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's mental preparation. When you visualize a goal repeatedly, your mind starts believing it's possible. Your subconscious starts working toward it. You begin to notice opportunities that were always there but hidden by doubt. You carry yourself differently. You speak with more certainty. And soon, what was once just a vision starts becoming reality. So take time each day to picture where you want to be. See yourself achieving the goal, handling challenges with confidence, overcoming obstacles, and standing at the finish line. The clearer the image, the stronger the belief. And once you believe it, you'll start doing the work to make it happen. Because success isn't just about what you do, it's about what you see before you do it. Emotions are powerful. They can drive you to great heights or drag you down into frustration and negativity. The key is not to suppress them, but to control them. Most people let their emotions dictate their actions. Anger makes them lash out. Fear makes them hesitate. Doubt makes them give up. But successful people learn to step back, assess, and respond instead of react. Think of your emotions like a wild horse. If you don't train it, it will run wild and take you in the wrong direction. But if you master it, you can direct it towards something productive. When you feel frustrated, instead of dwelling on it, ask, what can I learn from this? When fear shows up, don't let it stop you. Use it as a sign to prepare better. When things don't go as planned, don't waste time complaining, adjust, and move forward. Self-discipline starts with emotional discipline. Because when you master your emotions, you stop being a victim of circumstances and start taking charge of your destiny. Your mind is like a magnifying glass. Whatever you focus on expands. If you focus on distractions, your energy gets scattered. If you focus on what truly matters, you gain momentum and progress. The problem? Most people allow their focus to be hijacked by notifications, meaningless conversations, or unnecessary worries. They give their attention away freely and wonder why they're not getting results. Focus is a skill, and like any skill, it must be trained. Set clear priorities, learn to say no, eliminate distractions that don't serve you. If something doesn't bring you closer to your goals, don't give it your time. Discipline your focus like an athlete disciplines their body, because where your attention goes, your results follow. And here's a secret. When you truly focus on something, ideas come faster, solutions appear, and you get more done in a few focused hours than others do in an entire day of scattered effort. Not every thought that enters your mind is true. Some thoughts are outdated beliefs, some are based on fear, and some are just plain wrong. But most people never question their thinking. They accept every thought as reality. That's dangerous because your thoughts shape your decisions, and your decisions shape your life. The key to disciplined thinking is to challenge your own mind. When a thought says, I can't do this, ask, is that really true, or am I just afraid? When you catch yourself assuming the worst, ask, what if the best happens instead? When doubt creeps in, counter it with evidence of past success. Your mind will believe whatever you feed it. So don't just accept every thought. Filter, question, and replace weak thinking with strong thinking. Because the quality of your life will always reflect the quality of your thoughts. Most people make decisions based on how they feel in the moment. They commit to something when they're motivated, then quit when they're tired. They set goals when they're excited, then give up when things get tough. But here's the truth. Discipline means sticking to your decisions long after the mood you made them in has passed. If you decide to improve your skills, commit to it even on days when you don't feel like it. If you decide to wake up early, don't negotiate with your feelings when the alarm rings. If you decide to take on a challenge, follow through, no matter how uncomfortable it gets. The moment you stop breaking commitments to yourself, everything changes. Your confidence grows, your progress speeds up, and you start to trust yourself on a whole new level. Because success isn't about how you feel, it's about doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. The easiest thing in the world is to blame people, blame circumstances, blame bad luck. But the moment you point the finger at anything outside yourself, you give away control. Because if it's always someone else's fault, then there's nothing you can do to change it. But when you take full responsibility, everything shifts. Instead of saying, they didn't give me the opportunity, ask, how can I create my own opportunity? Instead of saying, this isn't fair, ask, what can I do to make it work anyway? Instead of waiting for someone to fix things, take action yourself. Taking responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself. It means empowering yourself. It means recognizing that no matter what happens, you have the power to respond, adjust, and keep moving forward. And once you fully embrace that, you stop waiting for life to change and start making the change yourself. Your thoughts are the foundation of everything you do. They shape your beliefs, your actions, and ultimately your results. If your thinking is weak, your decisions will be weak. If your thinking is disciplined, your life will reflect that strength. That's why mastering the principles of disciplined thinking isn't just about improving your mindset. It's about transforming your entire approach to life. When you take control of your thinking, you stop making decisions based on emotions and start making them based on principles. You stop reacting to life and start directing it. You no longer drift from one distraction to another, wondering why progress feels slow. Instead, you move with clarity, confidence, and purpose. Disciplined thinking means training your mind to focus on solutions instead of problems, opportunities instead of limitations, and progress instead of excuses. It means mastering your emotions so they work for you, not against you. It means eliminating distractions, questioning your own thoughts, and holding yourself accountable to the commitments you make. And here's the real secret. Once you develop this kind of thinking, success is no longer a matter of luck. It becomes a natural result of the way you operate. Because disciplined thinking leads to disciplined action, and disciplined action, repeated consistently, leads to results. So decide today, will you let your mind wander aimlessly, or will you train it to serve you? Will you accept excuses, or will you demand better from yourself? Because in the end, your life will always be a reflection of your thoughts. Make them strong, make them disciplined, and make them work for you.